Alright, what's going on, guys? This is Jake, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at how you can go ahead and set up and customize the craft theme within Shopify. And craft is one of the new free themes that is optimized for OS 2.0 that Shopify has released recently. So we're going to be taking a look at how exactly we can set this up here in just a minute. But before we get into the video, I want to thank this video's sponsor, LAI Product Reviews. LAI Product Reviews is an easy-to-use, affordable Shopify app that enables you to add great-looking product reviews to your store with just a few clicks. Product reviews are a very crucial part of any e-commerce store, as they are one of the main contributing factors to creating trust for your potential customers. It's very rare nowadays that anyone buys anything online without first looking through the reviews, and if you don't have any, this could drastically lower your conversion rates. This is where LAI Product Reviews can help. They are the most affordable product review app in the App Store, with their lowest plans starting at just $4.95 per month. And if you're drop shipping, the app allows you to automatically import reviews from AliExpress, Oberlo, or from a custom CSV file. And if you're using AliExpress reviews, you can have an auto-update new reviews from AliExpress to your store, saving you the time of doing it yourself. The app also enables you to be able to customize the display of the reviews to fit the brand and styling of your store, as well as being able to create automated email campaigns to incentivize customers to come back and leave reviews on the products that they purchased. And if at any point you have any trouble with the app, LAI has great customer support that you can contact anytime via the chat box in the bottom right corner. Overall, LAI Product Reviews is the best value product reviews app in the App Store, giving you extensive features at a fraction of the cost of similar apps. So go ahead and click the link in the description to check out LAI Product Reviews and get started with boosting your social proof and conversion rate. So getting right into it, if you don't already have a Shopify store, you can click the link in the description to go ahead and start your 14-day free trial, so that way you can follow along step by step with the video. So the first thing we're going to go ahead and do here is I'm going to just open up the customizer, and we're going to go ahead and take a look at what the theme looks like by default. So we can see by default, the theme comes with these sections right here. So the first one here is this rich text section. This next one here is this collage of collections here. And then we have a collections list. And then we have this video. And then we have another rich text section. And then we have a multi-column section with 3 columns of text here. Then we have this multimedia collage here that has collection and 2 images. And then we have another multi-column right here with 4 text sections, and then we have a blog section right here and an email sign up down here at the bottom. So we're going to go ahead and go through and fill all of these out, and we are going to change some of them up, and I'm going to show you how you can go ahead and customize the sections in case you want to actually go ahead and use different ones. So we're going to keep a lot of it the same, but I am going to show you how you can branch out a little bit for it. So before we actually get started with customizing it, based on these sections we have here, we need to go ahead and quickly go over what it is we're going to need to go ahead and set this up. So this theme is very visual focused, so it's going to be and have a lot of images and stuff like that, and it's going to be very good for being simplistic and just showcasing your products. So in order to go ahead and design this theme, you're going to need to make sure that you already have added all of your products to your store, and then you want to ensure that you've added your products to collections, so that way we can go ahead and fill out these sections here. So if you haven't already done that, be sure to go ahead and add your products to your store right now, and then go ahead and add them to collections, and then we'll go ahead and pick up with the store right here. So the first thing we're going to go ahead and do here is we're going to start out with the header here on the home page by clicking header. And we can see here that the first thing we need to go ahead and do is add in our logo. So this is where we can go ahead and do that. So I'm going to go ahead and upload a logo right here. And in this particular case, we're going to be using the cookie shop example that I used in a prior video right here. So I'm going to go ahead and upload this logo. Click select, and then we can go ahead and change the custom logo width here. We can see it's definitely too small, so I'm going to go ahead and increase it here to 250, and we can see that this looks a lot better. And we can go ahead and change the desktop logo position from the left to the top left to the top center. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and just keep it in the top center. And then right here, we can go ahead and change which menu is going to show up right here. So in this case, I'm going to keep it as the main menu. We can see I already have a bunch of pages created for this demo store here. We can choose to go ahead and show a separator line if we want to, which separates our menu from the rest of our home page. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then you can choose to enable the sticky header, which means whenever you scroll down, the header will continue to show up on the customer's screen. So in this case, I'm going to just keep it disabled because I think that looks better. And then I'm going to go ahead and just click on save here. So the next thing we're going to go ahead and do now is go over to the announcement bar, which is this bar right here. And I'm going to go ahead and click on this block right here. And we can see that this is where we can go ahead and customize the text that's up here. And we can also customize the color scheme. So the first thing I'll go ahead and do here is I'll just go ahead and put some text in here that's relevant to our store. And we can go ahead and link to something if we want. In this case, I'm not going to do that. So the color scheme here, we can select between our different background colors, inverse, or our accents. So right now I'm going to click save, and what we're going to go ahead and do is edit these color schemes now, because we're going to need to do that because that's going to apply to the rest of the design. So I'm going to come down here to theme settings, and then I'm going to go up here to colors. And we can see we have primary colors, so this is used as the foreground color, and then we have accent, so used for solid button background. We have text used as foreground color. So what I'm going to go ahead and do here is I'm going to change the accent color, so this is going to be the color of our buttons, and I'm also going to make the announcement bar the accent one. I'm going to go ahead and change it to this brown from our logo right here. So in order to get the hex code from your logo, you can upload it here to imagecolorpicker.com, and you can click on this right here, and it will go ahead and give you this hex code. So I'm going to go ahead and copy that right here, come over here, and then I'm going to go ahead and paste it in right there. And now we can see that this is now going to be our accent 1, and we can see that this now changed the announcement bar color to the brown, and it will also change any buttons we have to brown as well. And then we can go ahead and change other colors here, like our text color right here. So in this case, I'm going to just make text solid black, and then we can go ahead and change the outline button right here. So this is also going to be used for hyperlinks, so text in our links right here. So this is where you'd want to go ahead, and if you are using a specific color palette, this is where you'd go ahead and put in each of your different accents and stuff like that for your color palette. In this specific case, for this specific demo store, I'm keeping the color scheme very simple. I'm just going to be using black for text, and then brown as the accents, and that's it. So in that case, I'm going to just go ahead and click save. So now that we've gone ahead and edited our colors here, I'm going to go ahead and close this out. And the next thing we're going to look at here is just the typography. And what we can go ahead and do now is we can go ahead and choose a font that works with the branding of our store here. So we can go ahead and change our font for all of our headings right here. So we can see we have headings font, and then we have body font. So we can use two different fonts if we want. So we can see by default we have the Americana on this theme. Now if we wanted to change it, we could go ahead and look through these different fonts, and we could choose one that we like the look of and that we think matches the look of our branding. Now in this particular case, I'm going to just keep the fonts default to make the video as simple to follow as possible, but you can definitely spend some time in here to change the fonts and edit them as you please. And then most of the other stuff in here you don't have to worry about too much. A lot of it's advanced editing we're not going to cover in this video. The one thing that I would recommend doing here is going down to the favicon here and selecting an image to go ahead and upload as your favicon, and the favicon is just next to your website name on the top of tabs, so you'd want to go ahead and upload that. So I'll go ahead and upload one really quickly, and it's typically just going to be the icon version of your logo, and then I'm going to go ahead and just click save. And beyond that, we're not going to mess with any more of these settings here. We're just going to go ahead and do that. And now we're going to go ahead and come back over here and get back to actually editing the home page here. So the next section we have to go ahead and look at is this rich text section right here. So this is going to essentially serve as a header for this theme here. So we just have to go ahead and fill in this text with different information, so whatever website copy you want. So in this case, I'm going to just put in a heading like this. We can change the heading size. We can make it small, medium, or large. In this case, I'm going to keep it at medium. And I'm going to click save, and you want to make sure that you're frequently saving all of the time. So that way, in case your internet cuts out or something, you don't lose your progress. And then we can click on the text right here to edit the text below this right here. So I'm going to go ahead and just put some text in here as well and save. And then what we can go ahead and do here is we can see we also have an option to go ahead and add a block. So we can see I can add a button as well to the bottom of this. So I'm going to go ahead and add this button right here. And I'm going to go ahead and just change the text to order now. And if you click on button link, we can choose to go ahead and link to a particular page on our store. So in this case, I'm going to go to products, and I'm going to just go ahead and make this link to all of our products right here. And I'm going to click save. You can see we've went ahead and created this first section here in just a couple of seconds, and the store is already looking a bit better. So now I'm going to go ahead and come down here to the collage section. So right now by default, this collage just has 2 collections in it right here. So we have this collection on the left, collection on the right. If we were to go ahead and add another collection in here, you can see that it's going to change the layout of it right here. But what I'm going to do with this particular collage is I'm going to actually change the default settings a bit. So I'm going to actually remove both of these blocks by clicking on them and clicking on remove at the bottom. And now we can see the collage disappeared because that has no blocks in it. So I'm going to click add block, and in this case I'm just going to put a singular image in this particular block. And what I'm going to go ahead and do now is go ahead and select the image, upload it, and I'm going to go ahead and put in just a photo of some cookies here as it goes ahead and loads up. And in this particular case, this would probably be a good place to go ahead and have like a custom banner advertisement or something like that on here. So maybe if you had something on here with like a header with some text on here where it's saying something about like your specials or something like that, this is where you could have like a designer or something create something custom for this particular spot on the site. However, I'm not going to do that in this video because I don't want it to take too long, so this image will just serve as a placeholder, and it looks fine anyway. So we can see that's how easy it is to go ahead and edit these individual sections. So now we're going to come down here to this collections list. So in this particular collections list here, we can see that by default it comes with 3 collections, and we can add more. So what I'm going to go ahead and do here is I'm going to add a heading to it. So I'm going to just type in here our favorites, and we can go ahead and change the heading size on this if we wanted to as well. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and go medium, and in this particular case, I'm going to go ahead and come down here to section padding here, and I'm going to go ahead and increase the top padding a little bit, and we can see what that does is it just increases the space between the top of this section and the bottom of this one. And I think that looks a little bit better since it's spaced out, because if we go like this, this is a little bit too close and it doesn't look very separated. So in this particular case, I'm going to increase, let's see what 68 looks like. I think this looks a bit better, so I'm going to keep that at 68 right here. So now what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to click on this first collection here, and all we have to do is click on select collection and pick one of our collections. So I'm going to go ahead and pick this one right here, and I'm just going to click on select. And just like that, we've added a collection here. The next one here, I'm going to click on this collection. I'm going to click select. We're going to go ahead and add another one. And then I'm going to click select again. And we can see how quick and easy it is to really fill in our entire store, as long as we already have our products and collections already created. So I'm going to go ahead and click select right here. So what you've noticed here, if you were actually looking at my collections list, you can see I put in 3 collections here, but I actually have 4 collections in the store. So in this particular case, I would want to go ahead and add another collection to this list. So I can go ahead and do that here just by clicking on Add Collection. And I could go ahead and click Select Collection here, and I could go ahead and click on the sugar cookies one, click Select, and we can see that now I have all 4 of my collections listed here. However, I don't really like that it's aligned 3 on top and then 1 by itself on the bottom. So I'm going to come back here to Collection List, and we can go ahead and edit this option right here that says number of columns on desktop. So we can see right now it's set to 3, but if I were to move it to 2, we can see that now it is in a 2 by 2. But in this particular case, this is a little bit big, so I'm going to compare that to what it looks like if I were to change it to 4. And now we can see I personally prefer this look better, where we have all 4 of the collections right here. So you can go ahead and tweak the number of columns on desktop based on how many collections you actually have and what you think personally looks best. And then I'm going to go ahead and click Save. And obviously on mobile, if I were to change the view to mobile, no matter what, they're always going to be stacked because the mobile screen is a lot smaller. And one thing you should definitely be doing is while you're editing the site throughout the editing process, you should switch over to mobile to make sure everything looks good on mobile as well. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to desktop here, and now we're going to take a look at this next section here, which is the video. So I'm going to click on this here, and this is where we can go ahead and add a particular video to our page. So what I can go ahead and do here is I can go ahead and just put in like how it's made, for example, and I can go ahead and link to a particular YouTube video right here. So in this case, I'm going to go grab one really quick. So I'm going to go ahead and paste this video in right here, and then we can go ahead and select a cover image for this video if we want. So I can go ahead and just upload an image for this really quickly, and I'll just upload this right here and click on Save, and I'll change this to, because I think that looks a little bit better, I'm going to change the heading size to make it a little bit bigger, and then I'm going to go ahead and click on Save here. So now we've added a video into our home page just like that. So what I would recommend doing here for the video section is you can just upload any type of video you want to a YouTube channel that you have for your brand, and then you're just going to go ahead and put the link in right here. So the next section we have here is another rich text section, so just like this one up here. But in this particular case, I'm not going to use this section because I don't want to use it right now because I'm going to have text right here, so I don't want to have them both right here. So in this case, I'm going to now show you how you can go ahead and remove a section from the craft theme. So in order to remove a section, all you have to do is click on the actual section here, come down here, click on remove, and then just like that, it's gone. So now that leaves us with the next section here of this multi-column, which contains 3 different columns of text right here. So we can go ahead and put whatever we want in this section here. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and use this for product reviews because I think that that is something that would work out really well in this section right here. So if I were to go ahead and click on the multi-column, I could type in something like what our customers are saying. I'll change this to medium again. And then I will come down and edit each individual column here. So we can see we have the column heading, and then we have the column description. So the heading could just be, in this case, someone's name. And then the description in this case could be their review. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing for the next 2 sections right here. So I went ahead and filled out each one of these sections here with the different product reviews, and obviously you would probably have longer product reviews in here as well. And you can see that we can also add in images to these sections if we wanted. So let's say I just put in this image right here, you can see this image would show up. So you can use these multi-column sections for a lot of different things. In this case, I'm using product reviews, but you could use this for like product features or a bunch of different things like that, or like different benefits of your specific product and everything. So there's a lot of different options that you could go ahead and use with this multi-column section right here. So the next thing that we have now is this next multi-column section. So we can see here that this time I already put all of my collections up here previously, so I don't really need to use this next collection section right here. So if you have more collections, you could put another one right here, but in this case I don't. So in this particular case, what I'm going to go ahead and do is click on this collection. I'm going to remove this block, and then I'm going to add a block, and I'm going to just add a third image in here. You can see that we could add a particular product or video as well. So depending on how you want to set it up, you can do that. But I'm going to go ahead and just add an image right here. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this first image, and I'm going to just select an image right here. And I'm going to go ahead and upload one right here. And then I'm going to click select. And then I'm going to go ahead and click the second image, and I'm going to go ahead and upload another one right here. Once it uploads, click select, and go to the third one, click another image, and I'm going to put this last image in here. I'm going to click select, save it, and now we can see we have 3 different images right here. And in this particular case, I just want the images to be here on their own, so I'm going to get rid of this heading title right here. I just want the images here, and that's it. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and do by getting rid of the heading. So moving on to this next multi-column section here, let's say we wanted to go ahead and do something different from reviews. Let's say we wanted to do something like features or benefits or something like that. So what I'm going to go ahead and do here is I'm going to remove the third column. I'm going to change the number of columns on desktop to 3. And then I'm going to come in here, click on this first column, and what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to use icons this time. So I'm going to go ahead and select an image. I'm going to upload an image here, and I'm going to use this particular icon right here. I'm going to click on select. I'm going to get rid of the description and just put the heading as fresh. And I'm going to go ahead and click save. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing with this one, except I'm going to use a different icon. And then I'm going to go ahead and add in one more icon right here in the third one. And I'm going to go ahead and click save right there. So we can see that this is another different way that you can go ahead and utilize the multi-column section of the craft theme. So we can see we used it for reviews up here, and this time we used it for different icons showing different details about our store. If I go ahead and go to mobile, we can see what it will look like on that, how it's stacked up on top of each other right here. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to desktop now, and we can see that the last section that comes with the store here is the blog post section here. So what this will go ahead and do is just show the most recent blog post that we have, if we have any blog posts. In this particular case, I don't have any blog posts, so if you don't have a blog, then you can go ahead and click on this and just remove this section right here. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is replace that section with something else. So now I'm going to show you how you can actually add in other additional sections. So if you click on add section right here, we can see we get a bunch of different options here of different types of sections that we can go ahead and add in. So you can see we have a lot of the ones that we already use, like blog posts, collages, collection lists. We can add in a contact form. We can add in custom code. We have the email sign up where you can add in featured products and collections. In this case, what I'm going to go ahead and do is add in image with text. So this is going to be an image on one side with text on the other side. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and click on the select image right here. So we're going ahead and editing this image with text. I'm going to select an image, and what I'm going to use this section for is I'm actually going to use this as a map. So it's going to be show our location. Obviously this is not a real location, and I'm going to go ahead and use this as the location of the cookie shop right here. One thing you can see that when we added the section in, it actually put it in at the bottom right here. That put us down below our email section, which I don't want it to be. So if you want to actually change the orders of the sections, all you have to do is click on these 6 dots, and you can drag and drop it, and you can see you can put it anywhere you want. So I'm going to just put it right back above the image with text right here. So once I go ahead and select this image, I'm going to go ahead and click on the text section right here. So this is going to be the heading. And I'm going to just put get in touch right here. And then we can come down here and take a look at this text right here. So in this case, I could put in something like phone number, email, and then let's say I could put in store hours. So there we have some example store hours here, and I'm going to just go ahead and click save. And now what I want to go ahead and do is click on this button section right here, because I don't actually want this button right here because we already have all the info we need here. We have the picture of where we're located, and we have all of our contact information and our hours. So I just want to go ahead and remove the button block right here, and we'll go ahead and have this information right here, and that's it. So now that we've created this custom section, if you want to create any more custom sections, you can go ahead and do the same thing to go ahead and do that. And then lastly, the last section here that comes with the theme here is going to be the actual email sign up here. So this is where we can just go ahead and try and get people on our email list. So in this particular case, you can just go ahead and change this copy to whatever you want. You can maybe give people a 10% off discount coupon or something as incentive to sign up for your email list right here, and you'll be good to go. So I'm not going to edit this right now because that's going to be up to your personal preference. And then we can come down here to the footer, and this is the last section on the store. So we can see here the footer here by default is going to have the footer menu right here. So we can see if we click on quick links right here, we can select a menu that we want to go ahead and use for it. So in this particular case, I'm using a footer menu, and I normally just put in my pages like the privacy policy, terms of service, and refunds and returns in this section right here. And then we can see here that this other section here is a heading section. So we can go ahead and put in different information in here that we want to go ahead and do. In this particular case, I'm just going to go ahead and remove the heading section and just leave our links here at the bottom, and that's it. And you can go ahead and add different blocks in here if you want, but I'm going to go ahead and leave it blank. So I'm going to go ahead and click save. And then lastly, what I want to go ahead and do is just open up mobile again and just quickly look through everything on mobile to make sure everything looks fine. And it does, so we're good to go. So I'm going to go back to desktop. So now what I'm going to go ahead and do here is back out really quickly, and I'm going to open up the store just so we can take a look at what we just did. So we can see in just about 30 minutes, we went ahead and completely filled out the craft theme and created a good looking store right here. And we can see that we were able to add in our own custom sections that we want. And we can go ahead and customize the theme to our liking depending on the type of desired look we are going for. So like I said, craft is a very useful theme. It's a new free theme within the Shopify store using Online Store 2.0. So it's a good theme to know how to set up. So with that said, if you did enjoy this video and find it helpful, be sure to leave it a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel for more content, and I will see you guys in the next video.